Hello and welcome back to Let's Talk with myself, Hollow. Thank you very much for rejoining me for yet another week, the 6th week. It's a month and a half. Thank you so much for watching and joining me for these Let's Talks. They're extremely fun, relaxing, enjoyable, interesting to do. And we have some more topics to talk about today. As always, we have the Legion pre-patch just hitting, completely changing how WoW works, and every single class has had a massive overhaul. No matter what class you were playing, you had to completely rework how to play your character. A bunch of specs have been changed, renamed, reworked. There's a melee hunter spec again that hasn't been in game since vanilla WoW, dude. And we also have news to do with the CSGO gambling thing that we talked about last week. We have an update, and that update is Phantom Lord got banned permanently. There's quite a lot of stuff going around, and I've had a look into it, and generally I think I've got a good base of knowledge as to how it happened, why it happened. I'm also going to be talking about how drama-based YouTube's suddenly become recently, over the last few months. You know, you just have to look at channels like Scarce being so popular. Like, he's not necessarily a bad YouTuber or anything like that, but just the nature of the beast, really. There's a lot to talk about there. And also, Absolver. Don't forget Absolver. We talked about it last week briefly. Super hyped for this game. We're going to be watching some trailers and some gameplay, talking about that, showing that game, seeing if you like the look of it. I'm just looking forward to looking into the game myself. Hold on. Just hang on a second. What are you doing?
There's a goal bat like 2 minutes down the road.
There's a what?
A goal bat 2 minutes down the road.
Okay.
Just in case, you know.
I'm sorry, I'm streaming right now. I can't just leave and go play Pokemon Go. Okay, good luck. Goodbye. Alright, so check this shit out. Right here, by the way. Look at this massive motherfucker stood behind my Warlock all of a sudden. Look at him. That's an Inferno, and that's the new Inferno model. Like, the Infernals have awesome models. They've always had them the entire way through the game. But you saw tons of them in Burning Crusade when they were, like, falling from the sky and attacking the towns that you would quest in at Hellfire Peninsula. It was really fucking cool. But now they look so different. I think it looks so good. They've actually replaced your taunt mob, so it's actually an AoE specific tank is the Infernal. Let's have a quick look at it, shall we? Just head on outside. Check out my bars, how empty they are now. We'll talk about that soon, but look at him. He's so cool, dude. He's so fucking cool looking, and he's massive as well. He's got an updated model now, but he looks cool, right? He's basic. Then you had the Void Lord version, which we were running last time and the time before that has a bit more armor and is a bit bigger and a bit more muscled. And now he's been replaced by the motherfucking Infernal. This guy is now holding the Blue Man's position in terms of functionality, basically. Pretty fucking cool. And then we have the Imp, which is your DPS sort of guy. He just throws fireballs and it's good DPS. Then you have an improved Imp, which is bigger and like a darker color. And it's got new voice lines. And then you have the Doom Guard now in Legion, replacing the Imp. He's a little bit bigger than an Imp. He looks fucking phenomenal, dude. You saw these guys in the Legion trailer, and they just look fucking cool. Now, if you don't know, challenge modes is a really fun thing that they put in WoW. That basically means they make dungeons harder, and if you beat it, you get some cool rewards. There's 3 versions of this challenge mode. You got bronze, you got silver, you got gold. And it's like a speed run of a dungeon, and the dungeon's made extra hard, and you're made extra weak as well. Really fucking hard. We worked on one for 4 days, and managed to beat it and get gold on the hunter, and we're really proud, really happy about it. But then also, we only had 6 days left, and it took us 4 days to beat 1, and there's 8 dungeons total, so based on that math, we just had no chance. So what me and Josh did is got together all of our fucking gold, And we basically got some people in the group who know what they're doing, know the tactics, have the right gear, ready to fucking go, and just blasted through it. It was very expensive in terms of gold, but I wanted that achievement. I wanted it done. So we did that on the Warrior and the Shaman on Horde. Now, we're doing the group originally on Alliance, so we kept doing that anyway. We managed to get silver in everything and gold in Iron Docks, but maybe, I think if we actually had the time, if we had more time than we were sort of presented with when we first started trying to do challenge modes, then we could have beat it in time. It just would have taken roughly 1 month of practicing and trying, and maybe actually doing like raids to get the broken trinkets and stuff. Our group setup was a hunter, a druid, a warrior tank. We had an enhanced shaman and a warlock that was both destro and affliction. And it worked pretty well. But all those cool items that I was showing you not too long ago, we got them. We unlocked them. So we have the swords on my back here that look phenomenal. Really happy with them. The ridiculously big ones that we showed. Check out the new heroic leap animation, by the way. So cool. The Legion pre-patch has completely reworked and changed all the animations as well. So things are looking very nice now. Like the melee animations have always been fine, but nothing amazing. These animations look good. Like really flashy and nice and satisfying. Like that Bladestorm looks so nice now. I'm so impressed by that. Let's do my raw. Looks okay. It's not amazing. Commanding shout. We have a couple new melee animations. So we have this type of strike. We have the AoE. Let me just generate some rage. We've got the double slash right there. The backhand slap looks really cool. And then we also have Rampage, which is a channel over time like combo. It looks really nice. And the fact that I just can't get over how nice Heroic Leap looks. This Warrior just feels and looks so much better than it's ever looked before. So I'm very tempted to play Warrior and Horde. But I've also got the option of playing a Death Knight. So I'm a little bit on the fence, unsure. And I was wondering what you guys are planning on playing. What's kind of ridiculous right now is they've pruned the abilities in WoW with the Legion pre-patch. They're basically getting rid of all the faff and many different abilities that we don't need and trying to keep it a little bit simpler, a little bit less complex. And I do like that, right? And most characters seem to have like 5 or 6 damaging abilities for the rotations right now compared to like 10 or 15, which is good. And then you have the Hunter. This is so bad. This is so bad. I have like 5 or 6 abilities on most of my characters. On Hunter, I have this, and on a 1 minute cooldown, this, and between that, I just press Cobra Shot. So it's like, I have 3 buttons to press as a Hunter. It's just like, all of my fun utility, mostly gone. All my traps and stuff like that, gone. The cool stuff about a Hunter, mostly gone. And then also my very limited amount of buttons to actually press in DPS, most of that's gone as well. And the reason that it's so bare and like stupid, how bare it is right now, comes down to the fact that in the Legion pre-patch, we have the pruned abilities, but we don't have our legendary artifact weapon abilities. So when Legion comes out, we're going to get a bunch of these like special cool looking weapons, and they're going to unlock more abilities to use, like special things that are only going to be Legion from Legion the expansion. And right now, in the pre-patch, we have some of the cool new stuff. We've had our abilities pruned. We don't have our like legendary like weapons and shit. So we just have no abilities. And specifically Hunter has 3 buttons, man. I just can't believe it. I can't believe how bare it is. I don't have to do anything and things die. And it's like still weirdly satisfying, amazingly. But I don't know if we're going to last a month until Legion comes out on 3 abilities, man. It's so dumb, man. They're going to be bringing out the pre-patch event, which is always really cool. They're going to like have a bunch of demons, invaders and whatnot. With the Wrath pre-patch event, what happened is they like infected a guy with like this plague that turned him into a zombie. Any player he went next to became infected, they turned into zombies, and then they would spread it, and it just spread over the entire game, all over the fucking world. Really cool. That was the Wrath pre-expansion event. The Cataclysm one wasn't that great. It was like just a cool quest line, storyline about a faction trying to infiltrate the Alliance and the Horde and trying to like Doomsayer the world. Like, you remember that card from Hearthstone, Doomsayer? That's to do with the pre-expansion event of Cataclysm in WoW. And I don't know what the Mr. Pandaria pre-patch event was, because I wasn't playing the game in that area of time, and through all of MOP I wasn't playing it. I don't remember anything about the Warlords of Draenor pre-patch event. If there was one, I don't remember anything, so must not have been good, right? It wasn't that long ago. But this one, I'm praying it's going to be good. It seems like it's going to be really good. But also, by the way, in case you didn't know, Demon Hunter, it's actually going to be released and playable in the leveling area anyway, before Legion is released. So if you've pre-ordered the game, I think, you will be able to play a Demon Hunter and level a Demon Hunter to 100 through the like leveling demon, the area where Demon Hunter levels from 97 to 100 before Legion comes out as well. So there will be plenty of stuff we can do, which is good. But I just, again, even on my Warlock, the buttons just feel very bare. It's weird. Oh my god, guys. Phantom Lord, the big streamer, is banned. And I believe it's a permanent ban. There's quite a lot to talk about, but generally, this is a little follow-up topic to previous topic on Let's Talk. And I've also done a YouTube video on this as well. It's about Steam and Valve, generally both those two companies are the same, banning and saying they don't want anyone to gamble with their in-game items. And then, after that, Twitch said, hang on, Steam doesn't want anything like that, Valve are against this. Okay, that's no problem. You can't stream gambling on our website either. And then Phantom Lord was banned permanently. And we talked about it at the time, he's a guy who streams himself gambling CSGO skins. Like, sure, he does some other things very rarely, but his main thing as a streamer was to gamble on stream. Somehow, a lot of people enjoyed watching this. Personally, you know, it's maybe not my thing, but that doesn't mean other people can't enjoy it. And he was very successful, very popular, and good for him, right? But not so good because he got banned permanently. So I'm going to give you a little bit of backstory. I actually looked into it and all, so we could talk about it with some actual relevant information. I'm going to throw that on you now. So it starts with just this guy who wanted to fuck with this website. And this website was called CSGO Shuffle. It's a CSGO scambling website. That's actually perfectly apt to the story. It is a scambling website. But it's a CS gambling website that was really popular before all of this, like, Valve and Twitch, like, response happened, basically. And this statement by Valve happened. And during this guy's attempt to fuck with CSGO Shuffle and get access to it, like essentially hack it, he actually did get access to the Skype of the coder of the website, one of the main guys under control and working on the website. And he got access to his Skype so he could see all of his logs, all of his conversations. This guy was one of the founders of the fucking website. So the guy who wanted to fuck with CSGO Shuffle and maybe make some money off this by hacking them, well, he did what he wanted to, right? And what he did is he actually kept track of all the logs of the conversations on this guy's Skype for a really long time. But unfortunately for the hacker, nothing really came of it. He didn't get access to the website. He didn't get to steal skins. He didn't get to fuck with them. He just got access to the Skype and got to see some conversations. Not that good for him in terms of his objective, but still he did compromise someone's Skype, which is a pretty big deal. And that person's Skype was, again, someone who was a founder of the website and the main coder of the website. So he had an opportunity there. So he kept the logs of all the conversations, and eventually this guy changed his password. Hacker lost access to the Skype, but he kept everything that he did see and sent it to a journalist. Richard Lewis. Richard Lewis had this sent to him. This hacker with these logs just said, hey, by the way, thought you might be interested with this current situation with Valve and Twitch and how Phantom Lord, you know, is a big gambler and stuff. Maybe you'd be interested in seeing this, and showed him these logs. So I don't know whether like it's like a good thing that Richard Lewis sort of like actually said, okay, let's look at someone's private fucking Skype. But he did, and ultimately he saw some pretty fucking horrible things. And it was between Phantom Lord and this founder, the coder of CSGO Shuffle. The people who have been thrown under the bus recently to do with this are T-Man, or T-Ma, however it's pronounced, and Tom Syndicate. And why they were thrown under the bus is because they were promoting a website for CS gambling under the premise that they were sponsored and working with this website. And it was revealed that they were the fucking owners, which is really horrible business practice, really shady. I'm not sure if it's against any laws, but I'm pretty sure they could get in big trouble for that, and I think they did. And also, you know, YouTube and streamers and whatnot, like, shitting on their audience and fucking with them and being shady like that, that's going to have a really negative impact on their YouTube and their careers and stuff. And it really has in the case of T-Martin as well. If you were to look up the owner of CSGO Shuffle, you would find this guy's name. He's the owner, right? At least it's supposed to be, and that's what's public knowledge. But in reality, it seemed like Phantom Lord was actually the owner of the website based on the conversations that were found in this Skype. And he was using the website's funds, like what the website made, to gamble. So on his stream, he would gamble tons and tons of money. Like, holy shit, he must be raking it in to be able to gamble this many skins worth this much money. But in reality, no, he was just using all of the skins that were sent to the website, used on the website, lost by the players, were being sent to him to gamble with, essentially. At least a big chunk of them. Not all of them. Let's say 10%, but 10% still like hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of skins. And he was also under the premise that he was working with them / like sponsored with them. But in reality, it seems like he was just like T-Man and Syndicate, an actual owner of the website. And not only is it shady to be promoting a website under the premise you're sponsored or working with them, but in reality be the owner, that's fucking terrible. This is why T-Man was thrown under the bus. But he was also using the site to gamble and using the stuff on the site, which means, you know, he wasn't using his own stuff, wasn't betting in any legit way. So the bets weren't like exciting or interesting to him or risky or like, holy shit, I won, yay, I won things that I'd already won kind of thing. It was weird. The entire time he must have been acting kind of thing, which is weird to think about. It does turn out that it seems like he was cheating as well. Not only was he promoting this website under the premise he was working with them, but actually the fucking owner. Not only was he not using his own skins, but using the website skins to bet, so there was no risk or reward involved for him. But on top of what we just threw Tom and T-Martin under the bus for, he was also cheating. He was fucking making it so he knew what his percent to win was. And he was basically making it more likely he would win at certain pots. And he was also making it more likely he would lose to make it look as real as possible and control when he won big and when he lost big. And so he could make these big reactions and get tons of views. And he was fucking cheating, dude. Holy shit, how fucking dirty is that to be cheating for views? And that's what he was doing. But he wasn't just cheating. He was also the owner of the website that he was promoting, which is really fucking terrible business practice. Even worse than the T-Martin and Tom Syndicate situation. And their situation was so bad, Valve and Twitch had to do something and ban it. I can't believe this guy went the next level. I didn't think it was possible to go the next level. The reason that T-Martin's so like thrown under the bus compared to Tom Syndicate, who definitely didn't get away with all of this, but the limelight is on T-Martin currently, or was before this Phantom Lord thing came out, was because T-Martin made a shitty sorry apology video that was just like really embarrassingly bad and just offensive and just disrespectful of the people that he manipulated. That's why T-Martin was more in the limelight than Tom, because T-Martin kind of made a fool of himself and he became the butt of a joke essentially, and so everyone was talking about him. And Tom, though still there and did a terrible thing and people are aware of it and talking about it, not as much as T-Martin. Well, Phantom Lord just did so much worse than what those two did, and now he's actually banned on Twitch. So these two, Tom and T-Martin, I don't believe they're banned on Twitch, but then Phantom Lord is. Phantom Lord's perma-banned from Twitch, and he hasn't done any gambling after Twitch said they're not allowing gambling, yet he's banned. And there's a few reasons why that could be the case. You know, we can guess that it's because he was cheating, and they're like against that, you know. We could guess that they would ban Team Out and Tom if they streamed the game and streamed gambling regularly prior to this change. Or we could even guess that it was because he was the biggest gambling streamer and they're against that, so they banned him for it. But ultimately, it's kind of weird, right? To ban someone for a rule change and you banned them because of what they were doing before the rule change. Like, it's like, okay, good to gamble. Okay, no longer good to gamble. Stops gambling. Gets banned because he used to gamble. That's kind of weird to Twitch, right? But I think it probably is likely to do with the fact that he was like the owner of CSGO Shuffle. You know, really likely to do with that. But we don't actually know, as of right now, I don't know, and I've not seen anything on why Phantom Lord got banned permanently. Logically, you'd be like, okay, if they're going to ban Phantom Lord, then they're going to ban everyone else. So buy Team Atten, buy Tom Syndicate, buy people who used to do it. He was ranked 7 of most followed. Holy shit. They were willing to ban the 7th most popular stream on all of Twitch. That's a lot of money lost for Twitch. I'm kind of, you know what? I kind of am happy that they are willing to lose a lot of money to upkeep their morals and standard on Twitch. That's a really good sign. It sends a really good statement that Twitch won't allow scumbags. And I don't know whether I would call Phantom Lord a scumbag. I mean, in every video and encounter I've seen the guy in, he does seem like a really nice, kind of chill, fun guy. But he still did what he did. We just had a big discussion about Phantom Lord. We just talked about CS gambling, Twitch, their motives, why they might ban him, why they aren't banning other people who did similar things, and that whole discussion. Pretty interesting. And it was cool to like have a back and forth with you guys as always. But what I was just doing was talking about someone else on my show or format, let's talk, right? And I could easily make a video about, oh my god, Phantom Lord banned, and all the information, and credit the people who found out, credit the sources, talk about it, give my opinion, talk about the whole Twitch thing and how they banned him because that's not been discussed by certain people and whatnot. It might do well, who knows? But I don't really want to be that way. And it's funny because we were just talking about someone else. Like, what I mean is talking about other people or talking about ideas, talking about events, talking about passions, talking about gaming and hobbies, talking about things that matter and progressing something and actually talking about something versus discussing drama and the fucking personal business of other people. And one thing, the ideas and passions and things, is super interesting and a lot of people are interested by. And then there's another thing that's been popping up a lot on YouTube specifically, which is just talking about other people's fucking business, man, and shitting on other people and causing drama and talking about how other people are fighting on. And I just fucking, there's a lot of it. It's ridiculous. And I'm talking about channels like, I don't know, let's talk about Leafy, right? So a massive channel. What he does on his channel is, he's currently on a trend now, I think, of after H Free's video, where he does like the someone rant. And I guess he just talks shit about certain, probably a big YouTuber because it gets him the most views. And he just talks shit about them. And generally on his channel, he maybe picks a cringy video and talks about why it's cringy. Generally, like, there's a formula to each video. These videos are mostly repetitive, same thing, but they're very popular. And then you've got Keemstar, you know, with Drama Alert and that, where what he does is he just, like, talks about other people's business and dramatizes it and tries to get himself involved, causes drama himself to have more things to talk about. And just, I don't know. It's kind of like a filthy way to be, let's say. And he just talks shit about people as well, obviously. Except he doesn't have any opinions on his drama show. No opinions are on his drama show, guys. He said that, so it's true. And then you've got like one that's very popular now, Scarce. What he does is just like Drama Alert in a way. He just brings up some topic, whether it's gaming, although he's branching out, I think, and he's not talking about gaming as much. And the way that he does it, compared to Drama Alert, is kind of like TMZ. If you don't know what TMZ are, it's like a big newsy branch that just talks about celebrities and their personal business and has their own shitty opinions and stuff. Whereas Scarce, he doesn't really put out his opinions or anything. He just brings up topics and talks about it and things that are happening. And he's pretty popular compared to these other channels as well. And he's blowing up a lot because he does it in a way that isn't shitty or shady. He doesn't talk shit about people. Generally, he's neutral. He presents it in a fine way. So I guess that's why he's pretty popular and why he's doing so well. And I'm actually subbed to him, and I rarely, but occasionally do look at his videos. But all of these types of channels have popped up, and there's been one that's been going, like someone mentioned in chat, for a long, long time. Philip DeFranco. What he does is just talk about events, politics, religion, things, YouTubers, whatever, gaming history and events and anything that's popular. He talks about it and he puts out his opinion. Like, he is really forthcoming with his own opinion, and generally he's on the money and he's a nice guy and he knows the right thing to say, let's say. Very successful. He's a great channel, great YouTuber, compared to someone like Keemstar. So there are different types of these channels. Philip DeFranco's been there for ages. Scarce is blowing up like mad. Filthy Frank Gubiak is actually in my document that I'm looking at. I'm about to get to that, dude. Yeah, so you got Leafy, Scarce, Philip DeFranco, Drama Alert. You got H3. You got Filthy Frank. Why is H3 on this list? Well, what he does is he talks about other people and he judges them. That's what he does. What does Leafy do? Quick question, what does Leafy do? He talks about other people and he judges them. But why is H3 so much more respected and loved compared to Leafy, who gets tons of hate? Well, it's because of the way that they fucking do it. Leafy just takes a video that's a cringy video and talks about the person, maybe points out a few insecurities about them, and shows some gameplay in between, right? And then you got H3, who really researches something, watches many, many different videos, shows us many, many different things, shows us the cream of the crop, as it were, the most relevant stuff. And he has the most efficient, enjoyable, good jokes the whole way through, versus Leafy that's just like minimalistic, really quick, low effort type of shit. Like, I think Leafy probably puts tons of effort into his videos and does research, but I think H3 puts 5 times more effort and editing and time and research into his shit. And I respect H3 way more than I respect Leafy, because to me, in my opinion currently, which can be 100% wrong, I might be wrong, Leafy's kind of more of a bully, whereas H3 is kind of like calling people out on their shit. But I still think Leafy could be a good person, could have good videos, just not, to me personally, I just don't enjoy his videos. That doesn't mean his videos are bad, just because I don't like them. But all of these channels kind of become messy, right? And kind of a headache that everyone's obsessed with these days recently, and these topics, and how these videos and these types of videos specifically are so popular now and get so many views, despite it all being pretty negative on all sort of sides of it. You know, I do, like I said, I occasionally watch these videos, occasionally click these videos to see what people are doing, and I admit I might see a Leafy video very rarely and be like, oh, that looks kind of funny or cringy. I'll click on it and I'll skip through it, watch it for a little bit. Out of that like morbid like desire to like know or to watch it, or for some reason. I don't know why, but I do find myself watching it rarely. And I get why people would want to watch it. I do. But I just feel like there's such a big thing right now on YouTube where people just want to know other people's business. And they want to know what kind of mistakes people are making and what mistakes they've made in the past. And they just want this drama. They just enjoy it. And then you've got, like we were talking about, compare it to H3, how he does it, how Ethan does it. He makes it fair and objective in a way that you can understand and enjoy. He has really good editing. He has a really good sort of ethic for research. I think that's why maybe we respect him more overall. And then you've got Filthy Frank, who makes like extreme versions of these opinions on fads and big topics and does it in an excessive, extreme way that doesn't actually necessarily reflect the opinion of the man behind Frank. He's called Jojo, I think. And when he's doing Filthy Frank, when he's playing this Frank character, it's a character. When he's talking about fucking Pokemon Go and weeaboos and shit and saying it's the end of the world and shitting on people and saying horrible things and sort of dramatizing all of it, you can tell it's a joke and it's not real and it's just ridiculous. He says things that are like purposely as offensive as he can be because that's what Filthy Frank is. It's an act and it's meant to be that way. And then you've got like Drama Alert, which is like, these are actually his opinions and this is actually him and he's actually just wanting to cause drama and headaches and shit. Whereas Filthy Frank just puts out like hilariously ridiculous opinions. I have a past with like CSGO newsy type videos. Like the game as it changes, updates, different things Valve's doing, what could be coming to the game, what potentially is happening, you know, discuss things with other about other CS YouTubers, what they're doing, and like, just like, I don't know, for example, we made a topic about bunny hopping not too long ago, and Hunganganganga, the French CS YouTuber whose name I can't pronounce, he actually saw that video, which was really cool. He came under fire for using macros for bunny hopping, and I was talking about that and why it might be good or bad, or why people think this, and there was a big topic and discussion there, and it was a really good video. I did really like doing those type of videos, and I want to do them more, and that's why I bring this up, this whole topic. I want to talk about things that happen in gaming, and do these type of newsy videos, because I think I was pretty good at them. I enjoyed doing them. I think I was pretty good at them. I thought they were good, interesting videos that I was proud of making. But I realized there's a fine line between that type of video and what I was recently accused of doing when I talked about the gambling thing and how Twitch has banned it and Valve has banned it. I was accused of being Keemstar or doing a Keemstar thing. I don't ever want to be that person, ever. I don't ever want to be that kind of guy. But I do want to do these news type of videos. I think they're interesting. I think I'm good at them. And as I've improved at editing over the last like few months while I've been doing the Dark Souls 3 playthrough and trying something new every episode, I've really improved with my editing. And if I go back to that style of video that I used to do on CS, on new topics, whether it's real life, YouTube related, or gaming related, I know I could make way better videos than I was making before. And I was happy with the videos from before. And I'm on this like fine line right now where I don't want to be anything of a drama channel. I don't want to discuss drama. I don't want to be talking about drama, but I do want to do these newsy style stuff. And I just wanted to bring it up. You know, it's kind of something I've been thinking about recently. And on Let's Talk, you know, I want to be open with you guys. I want to have a back and forth. I wanted to share this idea and my thoughts on this kind of situation and be open about it. And see what you guys sort of thought about it. Because immediately someone's like, just stay out of DramaHollow. No, don't do anything close to drama. Yeah, I don't want to do that at all. Like Lawbite, for example, I have to find my way. I have to test. I have to learn. I have to make mistakes and improve and have something that progresses as I do it more. That's just the way it is. And I am worried that with this style of video that I'm considering doing again, but more open, rather than just on CS, all games, rather than just games, you know, real life stuff, and of course YouTube stuff, it's a fine line to walk on where I don't want to be talking about drama and shit like that. So it's a little bit hard for me, I think, and I wanted to bring it up. Generation Drama, new channel. No! I don't know if you ever watched Machinima while Kale was still around, but that was news. He talked about things and sometimes people, but it was never considered drama, unlike channels we see now, like Keemstar. That's a great example. I could totally learn from that. Thanks for that advice. Oh, by the way, I'm currently 100% of the way to level 100. Are you ready, baby? Boom! There we go. Oh, yeah. There it is. Level 100. Fuck yeah, dude. We did it. We reached level 100 on Let's Talk. Having said that, we did start at like level 94 or something like that on this character. But don't worry about that. We did it. Level 100. It's good to have a max level warlock and the option to play it if I want. The next topic is Absolver. It is this weird game that in which you travel through a world, and as you're going, you'll fight enemies in like a fist fighting, skill-based melee combat system. And you will encounter other online players as you're doing it. You will encounter people you want to play with, like your friends. You will encounter random people, like invasions almost, in Dark Souls. And these people will just spring up, and you can fight them, or you can help them, or work together with them, and just journey through the world. It kind of reminds me, actually, I said a key word there, like the PlayStation game, Journey. You just travel through a world and enjoy it. But in this game, not just journeying through the world, but you're also experiencing this amazing combat system and playing with other players. But there's very limited information about it right now. And so I thought I'd look into watching some trailers with you guys right now and learn more about the game myself with you guys. We'll have a bit of a talk about it, see what you guys know about the game, see how many of you seem interested by it. But personally, from the limited amount of stuff I've seen, it looks very good. And between Neo, Necropolis, and this game, I would probably say I'm most excited for either Neo or Absolver. So let's have a quick look, shall we? Here's the trailer. The visual style of it is really gripping. It just looks really nice. But obviously, huge relevant part would be the gameplay. It's a gameplay-based game, so the gameplay needs to be good. So it doesn't really give us anything, that, right? Like, it shows nice visual style. I guess it'll hint towards the story, but we have no idea what the story is, so it doesn't really give us anything towards that. We see online play and fighting other real players, which is pretty cool. I guess it's like a lot of players in one world. I don't know how it'll work. But I feel like I need more information. And so what I loaded up here is a Polygon video where they played the game at E3 and they're going to give us some actual valid relevant information. Hey guys, just putting this in the editing here. Basically, I'm not going to show you this video. It is ultimately someone else's video, their own opinions and whatnot. And it'd be kind of weird for me to show someone else's YouTube video in its entirety. It's not a trailer, it's not gameplay or anything like that. It's actually someone's sort of review of the game kind of thing. Very short, like 2 minutes, very useful information. It's linked in the description. Go check it out. But I'm not going to show that in my own YouTube video because it seems like I'm taking away from their views, which would be kind of rude of me. Why it's so interesting to me and exciting to me is because I really like the look of a game called Blade Symphony. In that game, it was a high skill based, here's the concept anyway, high skill based online multiplayer game where you duel and fight other players with like really in-depth cool sword fighting. What we got was really nice visuals and shit gameplay. Most of it was RNG, and it didn't really reward you for doing anything clever. You know, the best way to play that game was just spam different abilities and hope the opponent doesn't block it or dodge it correctly. And it was really infuriating to play. I didn't end up liking Blade Symphony. But I liked the concept behind it. And that's why I was intrigued by this game. I was like, oh my god, is it going to be an actually good Blade Symphony? And it looks like it. But again, maybe the gameplay won't be good. Maybe it'll just be spam random shit. And if they don't block correctly, they get fucked. Will it reward someone for trying to play it properly?
At any point, you could run into another player, and then
I think I really like how in-depth it looks. I think I really like the mechanics that he's explaining and talking about. Like, just the fact that, I don't know, a friend who plays the game, like, to death constantly, and I get to play the game, like, I don't know, an hour a day. If we play together, he can show me these abilities that he spent so long working on. That's really cool. The fact that maybe there's going to be dungeons and stuff like that, I'm not sure about. What intrigued me the most was the combat and the flow of it, and a functional, skill-based melee game is something that I've wanted for a long time. I played so many of those, and all of them fell flat. The only one that felt really good was Chivalry, and even then that was pretty simple, and I did really enjoy that and feel pretty good in that game, but it is dated and it's time for something new. Maybe this game could be it. And it, like he said at the start, it definitely has like Dark Souls-y elements to it, for sure. I hope that it has many varieties of combat style, as hyped as it is. Yeah, I mean, right now we're seeing 4 combat styles with many different intricacies inside of it, and the game's not even anywhere near ready for alpha, so that's a good sign. But you also don't want to overwhelm people, bear in mind. I'm excited and interested by it. Yeah, that's the general consensus, I think. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me for this week's Let's Talk. Nice lengthy one today. Some pretty big topics, lots to discuss, and nice back and forth as always. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Looking forward to seeing YouTube comments and reactions, replies and whatnot as always. And I will see you guys on the next week's episode of Let's Talk, where I'm sure we'll have some new topics. But do let me know what you think of Absolver, whether you think it looks good or not. Guys, again, thanks for watching. Have a good night. I'll see you next time. Thanks again, Baz. Night, guys.